Parnell keeps Worcestershire in the game after Anderson masterclass at Old Trafford. Lancashire and Worcestershire both made it 2 wins out of 2 with victories over Northants and Durham last week, so this was a meeting of the early pace setters in Division 2. Mixed news for Lancashire before the start of play, with Australian batsman Joe Burns forced to return home for personal reasons. But paceman James Anderson was back in the side after a knee injury. But after winning the toss and putting Worcestershire in, it was Anderson's partner who struck first, Daryl Mitchell edging Graham Onions to Jennings at slip for 1. Worcester's other opener soon departed too, and it was 6 for 2, fell LBW to the last ball of Onions' over. From the first ball of Anderson's, the visitors were 3 down. George Rhodes bowled for a single. There was no let-up for the batsmen as the superb spells from one former and one current England bowler continued. Anderson's second wicket soon came, Vessel's LBW for 6. And 14 for 4 was soon 21 for 5. Australian Callum Ferguson also trapped in front by Anderson, and the Division 2 leaders were crumbling. Not to be outdone, Onions soon matched Anderson in taking his third wicket, Whiteley playing on for 10. It seemed as if the two bowlers were competing with each other, and Anderson responded once again in his next over. Ed Barnard lasting just 3 balls before he was caught by Livingston at second slip. Cox and Wayne Parnell managed to make it through to lunch unscathed, but Worcestershire were still in deep trouble at 66 for 7. Anderson with figures of 4 for 14 from his 12 overs. But with him and Onions rested from the attack, things became a little easier for the batsmen after lunch, and Cox and Parnell were able to post a half-century stand before the next wicket fell. Cox caught behind off Gleeson, and Worcester far from out of trouble at 90 for 8. Parnell was still there, and with skipper Joe Leach playing his shot straight away, they moved the total into 3 figures. The pair reached the second 50 partnership of the innings from 61 balls, and they forced Lancashire to recall Anderson to the attack. Almost immediately that paid dividends. After reaching 36 from 36 deliveries, Leach edged behind to Villas, and Anderson had his 5th wicket. Parnell reached his 50, and when it did fall, it didn't go to Anderson, but Tom Bailey, bowling Parnell for 63. A good effort from the South African, helping to drag Worcestershire to 172 all out as tea was taken. Lancashire still with the upper hand in the match, thanks largely to Anderson's 5 for 25. After tea, the home side's reply got off to a slow start, just 10 runs from the first 6 overs, but the patience didn't pay off. Jennings caught by Fell at 4 slip off Leach for just 3. New batsman Jake Lehman was making his county debut, having played for Yorkshire 4 seasons ago, but it wasn't an auspicious one. He edged Parnell to Vessels at slip, and the hosts were 21 for 2. Lancashire now needed to dig in, and Hamid and Jones edged the total past 50. Before the opener was dismissed, LBW to Morris for 29. Jones and Livingston tried to see the home side through to the close, but Parnell continued an impressive individual day when he had Jones caught at slip for 25. With a couple of overs left, Anderson continued his busy day as night watchman. He couldn't make it to the close, LBW to Parnell for 4 in the last over of the day, to leave Lancashire 88 for 5, still 84 runs behind. Worcestershire will be pleased with their fight back, and both sides will have the chance to take control on day 2.